Hi, so today I'm going to be doing a book review on Kerstin Gier's Ruby Red. Now first off, can we talk about how beautiful this cover is? There were two options for me when I decided I wanted to buy this book. I could buy the US paperback or the US hardback. Now the paperback it's not ugly, but it's ugly compared to this cover. It's just got like a person and she's in a dress and everything, but this hardback, it's absolutely gorgeous. It makes me so happy how beautiful it is, like the spine, and oh my gosh, look at the detailing. It's just fantastic. And I'll just say now, the rest of the series, the other two books in this trilogy, are just as beautiful, if not more beautiful, than this cover. So I would suggest, if you've got a little bit more extra money to splurge and you really like pretty books, getting the hardback, because even if you don't like this story, you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful book to make up for it. So yeah, let's get into the review. So Ruby Red is based on a girl named Gwyneth. Now Gwyneth is either, I can't remember now, 16 or 17, and in her family there is a family of time travelers, which is passed on by the gene. Not everyone gets it, and in her family it's a girl that gets it. Now, as not everyone gets it, there are prophecies of who are told to be getting it, everything, and everyone thinks that Gwyneth's cousin Charlotte will be getting the gene. So Charlotte all her life has been trained to learn how to do all the time travel stuff, to learn how to act and behave in certain eras in back in time and all that sort of stuff, where Gwyneth has absolutely no idea. She knows a little bit about the time traveling stuff, but not nearly enough, and just the little basics that, oh, there's a gene in my family that allows some of us to time travel, I won't be getting it. But when the big dowry comes, and when Charlotte is starting to be expected to time travel, it is not Charlotte that time travels, it is Gwyneth. And, lo and behold, Gwyneth is actually the time traveler. So poor Gwyneth is thrown into this world where she's absolutely unprepared to time travel. She knows nothing, she doesn't know how to behave and react. Her clothes are completely different, obviously, the first time she time travels, and it's just frightening for her, but it's absolutely fantastic, and it's such an adventure to go on. But that's not Gwyneth's only problem. Not only has she discovered that she's got a time traveling gene, and she'll have to be time traveling for the rest of her life, whether she likes it or not, there's also the issue of the other secrets that are behind this time traveling gene and her family. Gwyneth will realise that not everything as it seems in her family, and maybe things that she was told are actually not true, and she has to discover who she can trust, even if she can trust herself and what she thinks. So it's about her journey of discovering who she can trust and getting to know about this time traveling gene and to learn to live with it and to enjoy it. Now this book is filled with interesting characters. We've got Gwyneth. Now she's smart, she's witty, and she's funny, and she's just a really interesting, great main character who has her priorities straight. She likes eating cookies and all that sort of stuff, and she's just a fun character that's really great to read about. Then we have her best friend Leslie. I think her name is Leslie. Please be Leslie. I'm sorry if it's not Leslie. But Leslie, as you might have read in other, books, the best friends of the main characters normally aren't well drawn out, or they're not really that interesting or important to the plot. But Leslie is actually really interesting. I would say she's important to the plot, and she really brings a lot to the story. You can really tell that these two are best friends, both Leslie and Gwyneth, and how they fit together in their friendship. And it's just great to see a really pure friendship, and I think it's one of my best friendships that I've ever seen so far in a book. You also have a love interest in this book. It's not the basis of the story. The story is about a lot more than love, so don't let that turn you off if you're not really into looking for a love interest at the moment book, because this story does not just base on the love interest. But yes, there is a love interest. His name is Gideon. I think I'm saying it right. Gideon, I don't know. I'm going to call him Gideon. Sounds so weird. Gideon, I absolutely hated. He has a time traveling gene too, and so Gwyneth finds herself traveling back in time with him sometimes, and he is the love interest throughout this book, and he just makes me so angry. I hate him so much. He's just like hot, and then he's cold, and he's yes and he's no, and I'm quoting Craig Paradise for yes, but yeah, he can't seem to make up his mind and everything, and it's really annoying to read about. Um, I just hate him so much. And I have read the rest of the series, so I'm not going to spoil anything, but he does get better. But in this book, I was just like, please stop. Oh my god, I hate you. But yes, this book was really fast-packed and action-based, and it was just really fun. It was just a really relaxing series, and the time travel, I believe it's something that would be hard to do, but in this book, it's done really, really well. There's no real questions. It's all really thought out and well explained and everything. One thing to note about this book is the start of the chapters, they have little notes and research notes and everything. And for me, I found that confusing to get into at first, and it wasn't until about halfway through the book that I really got into those sorts of bits of the novel. But they're not important. They're just like at the start of each chapter, there's like a little research note or something like that. And I just felt at the start that they were confusing and didn't really give much of a plot, but they become more interesting and more relevant to the plot as the book and the series goes on. As a side note, I also found out that as this was a German book and it is translated into English, there's actually a German movie of this, and it's called Rubinot. I don't know how to say German, but it's something like that. If you type it into Google, I'm sure you'll find the movie. I watched it. It was an interesting adaptation. The dubbing of it, I watched the dubbed version, and the dubbing was really bad, so if you do plan to watch it, I'm just going to let you know now, the dubbing's horrible. I probably, if I would watch it again, watch it with the subtitles on, because I just believe that the dubbing just took away a lot from it, because it was just really bad. But the movie edition was actually quite interesting. It obviously had its changes, as all book to movie adaptations do, and I don't really know. I only just watched the movie adaptation last night, so I don't really know my thoughts on it as of yet. I can't really decide whether I liked it or not. But it was definitely interesting, and I'll definitely watch. They're making a Sapphire Blue movie, which is the second book to this series, and everything. So I'll definitely watch that. And yeah, if you do end up liking this book, or if you've read this book before, and if the movie sounds kind of interesting, you should definitely check it out. You know, see what you think of it. I think it was okay. It wasn't the greatest though, but yeah, it was okay. So yeah, overall, I really, really enjoyed this book. It was just really fantastic. It was fun. It was fast paced. The characters were well thought out, and there was nothing in this book that was really boring. And the rest of this series does get really good and better too. They just stay, well, they don't get better. They just stay the same amount of awesome. So the series is just awesome in general, and I would definitely recommend you check it out. And even if you don't end up liking it, can we just appreciate this cover? I know I've gone on about it, but covers of this series are just amazing, and I reckon part of the reason I enjoyed it so much was the cover. No, that's obviously not the reason, but oh my god, the cover. But I think I'm going to rate this book a 4.5, yeah, 4.5 stars out of 5 stars. I really, really enjoyed it, and I would definitely recommend the series if it sounds interesting to you. We don't often get women time travelers too, so to read about a woman time traveler and just all that sort of stuff. Oh, one thing to also note, that the time traveling is done really authentically. There are costumes, so when they travel back in time and when they're going to know they're going to be doing things like back in time, like they have all these costumes set out, and the costumes are really well thought out too. So yeah, it's just little details like that that really bring something to this book and just make it really great. So yeah, if this book sounds interesting, I would definitely recommend you go pick it up. If you've read this book, let me know in the comments below what you thought of it, or if you plan to read it, let me know too. Or if you love this cover, please discuss it with me, because I'd love to discuss this cover. It was so weird. And like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more book reviews from me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!